As I stood alone in the dimly lit attic of the old Victorian house, surrounded by dusty relics of the past, I never expected that my life was about to take a turn into the extraordinary. My name is Emily, and I was a history enthusiast with a particular fascination for the late 19th century. Little did I know that my passion for the past would lead me to a love that transcended time itself. It all began on a rainy afternoon in the attic, where I was rummaging through forgotten trinkets and antique furniture, searching for anything that could provide a glimpse into the lives of those who had lived here long ago. My hands brushed against an ornate mirror with an elaborate golden frame, and as I wiped away the layer of dust, I noticed something peculiar. In the reflection, the attic looked different. Instead of the dilapidated space I was standing in, I saw a grand parlor from a bygone era. Gas lamps adorned the walls, and people in elegant 19th century attire moved gracefully through the room. I blinked, thinking it was a trick of the light, but when I looked again, the scene remained unchanged. My heart pounded with excitement as I realized what had just occurred. This was no ordinary mirror. It was a portal to another time. I couldn't resist the temptation to step through. As I entered the past, I found myself in a world of opulence and refinement. The parlor was alive with music and laughter. I was surrounded by people in elaborate ball gowns and tailcoats, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of gaslight chandeliers. It was as if I had stepped into a Jane Austen novel. But amidst the revelry, my eyes locked onto a man unlike any I had ever seen. He had striking blue eyes and wavy brown hair that fell just above his shoulders. His attire was both elegant and unconventional, a combination that drew me in. He seemed out of place in this high society gathering, and his eyes held a hint of curiosity that mirrored my own. Without thinking, I approached him. "I'm sorry, but this place, it's not where I'm supposed to be," I stammered. He smiled, his eyes never leaving mine. "And where do you belong, my dear?" "I belong in a different time," I replied, my voice trembling. He extended his hand. "Then perhaps, for a little while, you can belong here with me." As our fingers touched, I felt a surge of electricity, and the world around us seemed to fade away. We were alone in a timeless void, our hearts beating in sync with the rhythm of love that transcended the boundaries of time. His name was William, an artist with a penchant for defying societal norms. We spent days exploring the 19th century world, attending grand balls, strolling through lush gardens, and sharing our dreams and fears. With each passing moment, our connection grew stronger, and we realized that we were soulmates brought together by the mysterious mirror. But time was not on our side. The mirror had a mind of its own, and it would only allow us to stay in the past for short intervals. Our moments together became bittersweet, as we knew that we would always be pulled apart. One evening, as we stood in a moonlit garden, William whispered, "I wish we could be together always, my love." Tears welled up in my eyes as I replied, "So do I, but we must cherish the time we have." With every visit, we created memories that were etched into our hearts. Our love deepened, and we vowed to find a way to bridge the gap between our eras. Back in my own time, I embarked on a relentless search for answers. I delved into historical records, consulted experts, and even sought the help of physicists to understand the mysterious mirror. It was a journey filled with frustration and longing, but I was determined to reunite with William. Months turned into years, and one day I stumbled upon an ancient diary in the attic of the same Victorian house. The diary belonged to a woman who had lived in the late 19th century, and it contained a passage about the Enchanted Mirror. According to the diary, the mirror was a family heirloom, known to transport people through time. But it could only be controlled by the power of true love. The words echoed in my mind, and I knew what I had to do. Returning to the mirror, I closed my eyes and whispered, "I love you, William. Across time and space, my love for you is eternal." In that moment, The mirror responded to the power of our love, and I was transported back to the 19th century, into William's waiting arms. We had defied the boundaries of time, and our love had conquered all. As we held each other tightly, I knew that we had found a love that was truly timeless, a love that would endure for all eternity. In each other's arms, we had discovered a kind of magic that was beyond the comprehension of the modern world, a love that transcended time itself.